So Carolyn, in terms of your vision and mission and, you know, the core values of Carmen's, how do you really communicate them and instill them in your organisation?
Yeah, so we go off site once a year and we brainstorm things. So for us, we want to be the most loved, iconic Australian food brand, you know, loved throughout the world. So we sort of design that together, we work on it, and then we say, look, what are the values of us working here together? And then we print them and we stick them behind every toilet door at Carmen. So every time you go to the loo, you can't miss the values piece. And I think that's really important.
Yeah, so you're seeing them every day.
Yes.
That's great. And so what do you think are the key attributes of a great leader?
I think, you know, listening, I think being, you know, you can't demand someone to follow you. You can only be someone that people want to follow. And so, you know, you can stamp your foot and be a dictator, but really you've got to have people who go, I really admire what they're doing and I really want to follow them. And so I think it's more followship than leadership.
And setting an example, which you do a very good job at. So who do you admire as a leader and why?
Oh, there's lots of people I admire. I mean, I think often I admire people in more philanthropic spaces too, because I think that, you know, it's a lot tougher industry. I think Mandy Burns, who runs RDoc, I think that Ange Barry, who runs the Stephanie Alexander Foundation, they're people who work in more challenging spaces and they do such an incredible job. But yeah, you know, there's lots of amazing leaders.
And what about creativity? Obviously, you know, Carmen's is such a loved organisation, and there's so many amazing products, and obviously your teams need to continue to be creative and thinking outside the square. So tell us a bit about how you inspire that creativity in your team.
Yeah, so I think that letting people know that if you fail or something's not going to be perfect, just to keep going, keep trying, think outside the square, and encouraging that sort of sense just permeates through the whole business. And so it just becomes part of who you are when you work here, and that I'm always trying to push the boundaries. Go, what about this? Why don't we try this? And you know, and so sometimes, you know, let's go to QA. Well, they let us write this. You know, today I'm working on this new product. Let's call it the antioxidant product. So go to QA. Well, they let us. So
And what is your favourite product?
Oh, it's generally the latest one we've released because I put all of my love and effort into it. So at the moment we're just releasing a gourmet protein bar, and I'm pretty mad for that.
Wow,
so,
that's
very beautiful
exciting.
packaging, gorgeous products. So yes.
Oh, I'll have to get my hands on that one. Lovely. So how do you ensure that you continue to grow and develop as a leader?
Look, I constantly read business books. I mean, I've just been invited, very luckily, to go to Richard Branson's island in the Caribbean to spend some time working on how business can help sort of make a difference in the world. So I meet amazing leaders. I read lots of stuff. I I'm often doing another course or education or trying to, I've just done the company director's course to try and improve my own skills. And so I think not being complacent and always knowing every day that you can learn and improve is something that, that you have to challenge yourself like
And
that.
do you set goals for yourself every year, or how do you sort of stay on track?
I do more little things like, to me, a lot of it's about being organised. And this year one of the things was that I was giving up my paper diary that I've still kept going, and I was going to only work off an electronic diary, and so that's actually going quite well. So it's often the little things that you go, I just want to make sure, how I work, with mentoring calls, to book them in so that when I drop my kids to school that I can talk when I'm on my way driving into the office, and just to use my time really wisely and to be as organised and as calm and stress-free as I can be. So
And so in terms of the teams that you have here, how have you built such a successful team here?
Look, I have to say that I think it's an evolution, and that it's about trying to make sure that you've got the right skill sets and asking people their advice and how the team's developing, and then sort of nurturing it and moulding it. And how we are today is not how we're going to be in 3 months, and it's certainly not how we're going to be in a year's time. So constantly knowing that change is part of who we are as an organisation, and tweaking and changing on a daily basis to make us the best organisation we can be.
And how do you ensure that the excellence is maintained in your teams?
I think it's about them knowing that, come and see me and let's just work through whatever the issue is. So, I just know a couple of days ago we had a batch of muesli bars, and the QA team was like, oh, they might be all right, but we're a bit nervous, and and they'll come and show me, and I'll go, you know what, they're actually not. Let's reject them and stuff. And I think that people just know I've got pretty high standards, and if they get used to dealing with excellence, it becomes part of how they operate every day. And you know, you accept the standard that you walk past. And if that batch is really terrible and we just walk past and go, oh, that'll be right, well, then that's what the organisation
set a new standard then, don't you? And
so so we kind of have pretty high standards, and but we also have fun. So.
And I think you're such an approachable person. I mean, I think that regardless that you have such high standards, you know, people would, you know, feel comfortable talking to you about anything. So
I'm certainly not an angel, but I hope that they do, and I hope that people realise that, you know, we just all want to do the best by this place. We're so proud of what we do here, and I think if everyone's on the same page to say we just want to bring out the best products with the best packaging, with the, you know, the best that we can do, and here it is, and then we just feel, you know, we celebrate and we feel really proud of going, oh, look at that protein bar that's gone out there. How good are we?
And how does that feel for you when you see that protein bar out there on the shelves? So, what is that feeling?
Oh, it's just like, and the feeling really, if I see someone put it in their trolley, because it can stand on the shelf and I go, that's beautiful, but I hang around and I wait, and my kids think it's ridiculous. As soon, you know, if I see someone buy it, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's my business, that's a new product, thank you. You know, I just love that sense that, you know, when I walk past the inventory girls and they're ordering 1 million of these or 500,000 of these, and I think, you know, you can't fathom the volume of things that we do now. And but there's people out there buying it all, and I love when I meet them or see them. You know, it's amazing.
And I must say congratulations on your recent Logie nomination. That is fantastic news. So, tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, the show last year called Recipe to Riches, which was about helping young people, or helping people with a home recipe get it onto the supermarket shelves. And so I've been shortlisted for a Logie, which is a crazy thrill.
But you absolutely deserve it. And
thanks, Jemma.
So, you know, from the bottom of my heart, congratulations on everything. And you've been such a role model for me throughout my dietetic career. So, it's an honour to work with you. And, thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you.